Nigel Foster, welcome again to the University of Huddersfield. We gave you an Honorary Award today at the award ceremonies, but Huddersfield and yourself go way back. When were you first here?
I was here in the late 70s and early 80s. When Huddersfield was a polytechnic in those days, and it's really come on leaps and bounds since then.
It changed a lot then when you saw the campus.
Oh, I've been back before because I've been to honorary degree ceremonies here before as a guest, and it's been. I've watched the journey of Huddersfield through its early university days to where it is now, and it's just wonderful to see. It's an amazing transformation. And really big part of the economy in Huddersfield, and a great place for students.
And just tell us a little about your memories of the institution you came to so many years ago.
Well, it was a big shock for me. I was the first member of my family to go to university, so not only going to university but going away from home was quite a big shock, and I couldn't even really cook or look after myself, so that was a thrown in the deep end. So I came here, I got student accommodation, and I think for the first 6 months my parents are probably doing Red Cross parcels most weekends, but it was great. I settled into university life, both academic, which I always enjoyed, and I was reading geography, which was as a passion of mine and has become a passion of my children's now. So that for me was quite good. I also settled into the sort of extra co-curricular life, particularly around sport. So I was playing football for the university.
Now you're heavily involved in regional development and sustainability.
Yes, I was there in those days.
Really?
I used to live on the hill above Lockwood, and I think we were trying to keep the local economy going by living out in private rented accommodation, which was quite unusual in those days, and also very brave, because the basic facilities probably wouldn't even survive in a developing country these days. It was pretty rough up there, and we had the coldest winter I think imaginable, certainly I've ever experienced in my life. So I think in the end I pitched up and said I need some accommodation at the university, and they moved me into Ashenhurst Hall. So so I started off small beginnings and very local, but nowadays I'm passionate about the economic development of cities, and how we create jobs and opportunities for all of our communities.
And the government at the moment they're trying to push through their cities and local government devolution bill.
Yes.
Last year we heard about HS3, high-speed rail Transpennine link. And also we hear talk of a northern powerhouse.
As a man at the forefront of regional development, do you welcome all this? Do you welcome it for Leeds in particular? Is that the way forward?
I think I welcome it, yes. I mean, I've been doing a lot of work on HS2 and some work on HS3, and I've also recently completed some connectivity work for the city region through the Combined Authority, and the purpose of that really is to make sure that we get the basic strategic infrastructure in place that enables economic growth and supports growth in the economy, but also make sure that those benefits are spread across the city region rather than being concentrated perhaps around where the main infrastructure points are, such as say Leeds City Station, Leeds City Station is the biggest station in the north of England in terms of the number of passengers that use it, but it's only of value to the city region if you're able to connect to places like Huddersfield and Halifax and Wakefield and the rest. So it's about the whole connectivity of the city region, creates the opportunities for people to live and work and do business across the entire city region, and then beyond to other places such as Manchester or to London. So yeah, I welcome it. I think it's really important. I think we've been an imbalance in investment in the north of England, an imbalance in investment particularly in key infrastructure when you compare it to the southeast, and I think it's just basic stuff that our economy needs to prosper. So yeah, very big supporter.
There's also talk of devolution for Yorkshire and devolution for the north. Devolution's a strong word. Where do you stand on that, and what do you feel about it?
I think it's really important that there's additional powers, both in terms of governance and decision making, but also in terms of fiscal, so the ability to raise money and decide, particularly how it's spent. away from Whitehall. Some of the rules at the moment are pretty archaic and concentrates decision making around infrastructure spending of relatively small sums of money, or spending around skills and employment initiatives and housing. It's concentrating too much in London, and I think locally we've got the capacity to do that, and I think we've got the capability, so we should really be making decisions locally rather than relying on London civil servants to make those decisions for us. I think it needs time to mature and grow, but I think I've confidence that locally we can make those decisions and we'll prosper as a result of that.
And the university gave you an Honorary Award today. How did it feel when you were stood on that stage?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Great honour, great privilege. I wish my parents could have seen me. That would have been a wonderful tribute to them because of all the efforts and that they made to get me educated and grasp the potential that education can bring to you. University of Huddersfield transformed my life, and I'm very grateful for them doing so. And I've offered my support to Bob.
The Vice-Chancellor.
Yeah, sorry, the Vice-Chancellor. Yeah, my support to the Vice-Chancellor and Mike and his team, the Dean here, about what can I do to help the university in its journey towards continuing growth and excellence. So it's a fantastic institution, and I'd commend it to anybody really.
The University of Huddersfield, inspiring tomorrow's professionals.